So Society First is ready to walk to ban life sentences in the state of Florida. We are sure praying and hoping that everyone shows up and walks with us. Thank you. God bless.
People united!
Never defeated!
A very, very good long-term friend of mine told me about Society First, who is still incarcerated. And having done 12 years in prison myself and firsthand seeing how that system works, I'm very unsatisfied with it.
I don't think that the general public is aware of the problems that exist in the system. I think the average person, if they are not directly impacted, if they don't have a loved one that's incarcerated, they think that this issue does not apply to them. And they are not correct with that. If you are a tax-paying citizen of this state, it directly affects you. We pay about $3 billion in taxes for a system that is broken.
At the age of 20, I was sentenced to life. I did 20 years and 20 days behind those walls.
It's not misinformation, it is real. We have thousands of people in our prisons who should not be in our prisons.
What can we do? What can we do to be brothers and sisters, keepers of the men and women?
I'm always with you. Many of you all know I'm carrying House Bill 169, which is the parole bill. We all have come out here today to pronounce to the world that the men, women, and children who have been silenced for so long are no longer silenced. We will be their voice. We will be their hands. We will be their feet that will stand against this draconian system that has created the largest life without parole population per capita in the world.
Issues that we can name, and I think there's too many to even have a solution to. One thing that I tone in on in our organization is really focusing on directly impacted not just people but also families. Coming from a history of abuse and a history of from somebody who was formerly incarcerated. You know, our vision for this year has been really to end the abuse to prison pipeline.
When I was presented an opportunity to be a part of something that could change some of these things that are going on that I personally am unsatisfied with, I jumped on it without even a second thought.
As we see so many people incarcerated over police brutality, over false stops, you know, and the mental health piece is a major issue. We feel that law enforcement does not have enough training and not enough cultural training, diversity training to assist those who have mental illness.
Originally, I was incarcerated myself, and I originally met the visionary behind Society First while I was incarcerated. I had a life before, and you know, I kind of feel like I was born anew. I was able to have that chance of redemption. I had a second chance, and some people don't have that second chance, you know. And to me, that's very inhumane.
My name is Joshua Brown, and anybody from the outside looking in would say that I was successful. And I think that many different people define success different ways depending on what they've done in life or what they've gone through in life. I'm the project manager at American Cabinet Granite Flooring, do contracting. And I'm also part of a nonprofit organization called Society First. I also do prison ministry. I preach and do music in a couple different prisons right now. And it's just an amazing thing. And I also do music for a church called Jesus Church. And it's just amazing to be part of such awesome groups. And just my life has taken off, and it just blows my mind. I think that if I were to tell my 21-year-old self, my reckless 21-year-old self, what I would be a part of and doing right now, he probably wouldn't believe me. So I just thank God for my success, and my success is mine, and it means something different to me than it probably would to somebody else.
What this team is trying to do is to create a legacy, to start the ball rolling, and hope that it continues to perpetuate forward. It did not become this way overnight, and it's not going to be fixed overnight.
There's a lot of people incarcerated that I know and don't know that are, they feel sadness and guilt and, change from what they've done. And if you have done those things, I can't imagine myself knowing what I know today and feeling the way I feel today and not having the chance to show the world, like, this is who I am. So.
Hi, it's Joan, the Director of Communications over at Society First. We're mostly known for the fight against the unconstitutionality of Florida life sentences, but we are so much more than that.
We are a diverse group of men and women who seek to bring healing and restoration to all who have been impacted by a culture that has decimated our communities.
There's so many people that I met personally who had been in prison for 20, 30, 40, even 50 years. And were you the same man you were a year ago? Were you the same man even close to you were 10 years ago?
Because the state of Florida has more life sentences than 30 plus states combined, that we were going to tackle the elephant in the room. We weren't going to start at the bottom and work our way up. We're going to tackle the big one, and the effect will trickle its way down.
So we definitely, there should be some kind of system in place. It could be rigorous. It could be full of evaluations. It could be, anything. There's 100 things we could talk about, but there should be something in place for redemption.
My comparison would be, you go to college to get an associate's degree, you go so many years. A master's, so forth and so on. You create a system where they have the opportunity, if they choose, to better themselves, to obtain a skill, to learn, how to be a productive citizen when they get out in society. If they choose not to, that's fine. But if they choose to do the work, then they deserve a second chance. You're not the same person you were when you were 17 or 18, and neither am I, and neither are they. So they deserve a second chance.
We have to remember that people are still people. That's one thing that Pastor Glasgow's always taught us. It's not an ex-con, you're not a convict. You are a person who is convicted of something. And if we keep the people first, then we will have a better system and they will be treated like they are humane.
My name is Ira McPherson, and I'm an active member of Society First. The reason why I have joined Society First is because of their goals and their mission to bring awareness and attention to people that have been wrongfully convicted and people who have been over-sentenced. Me personally, I was convicted in 1994 of first-degree felony murder. I served 25 years in prison. I was released because of the juvenile law. If not, I would have died in prison. So my heart goes out to those who are incarcerated for things or in situations to where they should not have to serve the rest of their lives. Everybody don't receive the blessings that I have received. Right now, I'm a foreman walking around my job site, which is a hospital.
My name is Derek Martin. I have recently been released from FDOC about 5 months ago. I first started off as a lifer. I ultimately ended up only doing 14 years incarcerated. Society First to me it's a movement that is absolutely essential to the development and growth of our society as a whole, because it tackles and focuses on the very fundamentals that we as a society need to be focused on in order to make sure that each individual in society is living out their best life.
Wow. Wasn't that just amazing? Now, you've just listened to some of the voices that make up Society First and why they believe in the vision. Well, what exactly is this vision? I want to tell you more about it and who Society First is and why so many people are excited about it. We will be establishing Society First integration centers in every major city within the state of Florida. We're going to start there, but we're going to move out. But these centers are actually going to act as an area for Society First, a branch office, if you will. We're going to connect all of the areas, universities, ministries, businesses, organizations, and yes, individuals. We're going to bring it together on a level that's going to have it organically grow. To cultivate accountability, responsibility, and ownership for every citizen within that particular area. Let me tell you more about it. By investing in this partnership and partnering with Society First, each with every community, we're going to know where our money is going, how it's being spent, what it's building, and it's going to go to building our communities to make them safer and have an environment that we can be proud to call home. Partnering with Society First, you're going to know that you're investing in the success of everyone, the success of those who are coming out of the penal system, as well as the communities that they're going into. This vision, we can bring together everything, and we can have a cultural shift that will change the course of our society. We've got some brochures that's going to give you more information about phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. We're looking forward. Let me say that again. We're looking forward. And we want you to join us. So get a brochure, or maybe on the screen, you'll be able to see the QR code. Find out more about Society First and how you can become a partner and get involved. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Join us on this journey to bring our society together, where we keep society first. Thank you so much for partnering with us. God bless.
All right, today's event was historical Road to Restoration Walk. As we come together, you are people united, never defeated. As we deal with the unjust systems here in Florida, we want to restore our criminal rights of those who've done the right thing and are moving in the right direction. If we want to come set some people free that are moving in the right direction, that have been unjustly treated, it's a road to restoration. Join the movement.